I became involved in high school athletics first of all as a player, encouraged by many teachers to be involved in athletics, all the way back to junior high teachers to say that you need to be involved and you've got some ability, you got some skill, and I was able to get involved that way. But then also becoming a teacher, and then all of a sudden knowing that I wanted to be a phys ed teacher, I also wanted to be a coach. So I was encouraged once again by colleagues, by other mentors to be involved in high school athletics. And then all of a sudden, also being an administrator, moving up as an administrator, department head of athletics, and now a vice principal and a principal. Just knowing that it's really important for students to be successful. I chose that this was a real important path for kids, and of course I love athletics, so it's been a real easy fit for me. My commitment to high school athletics over the last number of years is really about my philosophy about teaching the whole child. I've always believed that it's not just about mathematics and writing and literacy. It's also about teaching the whole child in terms of giving them all different opportunities. No matter if it's music, fine arts, if it's athletics, if it happens to be student council or leadership. High school athletics provides students an opportunity to really learn about getting along with people. It teaches them about competition, fair competition, teaches them about sportsmanship. It's just a wonderful avenue for students to really learn. And I think as a teacher, I've always felt that if I can also use my skills to impart that on student athletes as well, it's just a benefit. It's not only a benefit to our school, but it's also a benefit to society. Many of the students I've taught, and many of the students that move on become people you want to hire in your own business. You want to hire them in schools. You want to hire them to be part of your own company, and they've been successful. And so it makes one proud, but it also is, I believe, one of the major reasons why I really do continue to be involved is because it's giving back. It's giving back to kids. But, there's a couple specific stories that I remember fondly. One of them was really interesting. When you think of the diversity of high school athletics and some of the students that I've taught. One of them was a team out in Stony Plain, and we of course were kind of a country school, and the kids were just really didn't know the sport of volleyball, and I happened to work with them, and we ended up having a pretty good team together. A very smart bunch of kids, really amazing and talented. And we actually ended up beating Harry Ainley, and we ended up winning the league, and never got to go move on to the city championship because they wouldn't allow us to back then. But that was really a real fond memory because it was just a classy bunch of guys. But I have a number of fond memories over the last 10 years of coaching my own children. And that's really, really a real fond memory for me. Being on the bench, coaching my daughter, coaching my son, being successful, watching them use their talents, and just being so proud as not only a teacher, a coach, but also as a father. And so that's been really probably my fondest memories, and will always continue to be. The message that I will continue to pass on to leaders and upcoming leaders is to give back to athletics, give back to high school athletics, give back to the sport that you've been involved in. And if you've played basketball or if you've played volleyball, swimming, track and field, give back. Especially if you've been a player, you know how much time and dedication goes into that sport. You also know about many characteristic virtues that you know as a player and as a coach, and that you can really give back to kids. There's many kids that I know that didn't have any parents' support throughout the years, and they look up to us as coaches and teachers as their parents. And so we fill a lot of that void, and I think we have to make sure that not only do we model those types of virtues, but we also have to teach them. I would say some of the comments that came to my mind when I was told that I was receiving this award. Of course, surprised, honored, and I could use the word or the phrase that I feel that I've been very overwhelmed with the amount of support that I've received as a coach and as an educator and as a member and as part of the ASW. I think that the support has been fantastic. In order for us to work together for the right reasons, and I truly believe that really touches at my heart about why I've been involved, is because I want to do what's right for kids. I want to build something that we can say that is the right decision, is the right tournament, is the right call on a rule or a policy, and I feel that I hope that I've been able to just maybe be just a small part of that to make sure they're going right for kids. There's many people to thank for my involvement in school sport throughout the years. My parents for encouraging me to play in sports and for paying for those things when I was young. I want to thank my wife and my kids. I think because I had kids that were involved in sport, that's why I stayed involved in sport. For sure, they've been. That's a tough one. They've been very. They've been my mentors. I want to thank the teachers that have taught me, as well as I think my principals that have encouraged me to be involved in school sport. I don't think I would be here today unless those principals would have encouraged me to be involved in sport. I want to thank the ASAA, thank John Payton for his friendship and his mentorship. Just very honored.